5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome back to another episode of Space Dogg, where we like to talk about funny life stories and upbringings. Today, I just want to welcome everyone, a new member of Space Dogg. If you guys don't know, I've been doing this by myself. I've been editing videos. I got the podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and stuff like that. I've been doing the whole workload, and it takes a lot. It's a lot of toll. You know, I understand why some people expand their business or their channels and stuff like that. So I just thought I would do the same thing, and I really trust this guy. He's a really cool guy, and very educated person. His music taste is very superb. I would like to welcome you to the podcast, bro. Thank you so much for doing this, my
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
And I want everyone, all listeners, to welcome the new member of Space Dogg, Sebastian Jimenez.
Yep, I'm very glad to be here. This is going to be pretty fun. I'll see what I can bring to the table.
Definitely. How you doing today, my man? What's new
Pretty
with you?
good. Yeah, woke up like, I don't know, 2 hours ago. Got ready. Doing a podcast now. It's about it.
Doing the podcast now. Yeah,
Quarantine, just chilling.
that's what it's all about. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about. Heck yeah. Well, I had a hell of a day yesterday, man. We were supposed to record this yesterday, but I had a hell of a day. Got up in the morning, and I was gonna try out, some new style content. So I started doing a vlog, and I was gonna try and do
Oh,
that
okay.
I was gonna try and do that for the Space Dog YouTube. Maybe upload some vlogs.
Yeah, no, that'd be
Click
interesting.
like if you guys want to see more of vlogs. If you guys want to see some Space Dog vlogs. So I was just doing a practice run, and I woke up in the morning, and I started doing it, and everything was going good. I went to get a haircut from my barber, and then I was going to the eye doctor to get some new glasses. And then right as soon as I went to the eye doctor, got my new glasses, I went out. My car wasn't working, so I wouldn't turn back on,
Oh, bruh.
and that's like the worst. And it was so
Yeah.
hot too. It was hot. It was like the hottest part of the day.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, I was like, oh my goodness, like it just wouldn't start over and turn over. So I was like, oh, what the hell? So I had to get picked up by my sister, drove back home, and I had to pick up my grandpa, and then we went and we worked on it. And then I had to get it all set up. And I was just like, man, I was pissed, when you get
Yeah,
hot.
yeah.
It's hot. I was mad. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, it's always gotta be something nowadays, right?
Yeah, no, that's rough. You guys end up fixing the car?
Yeah, we did. We fixed it.
That's
I
good.
guess it just needed to jump. It needed to jump,
Oh,
and
okay, for
we
sure.
drove it back. I guess my oil was pretty low, so I need to be more on top of that. So I put new oil, and
Mm-hmm.
it's running good now. It runs good. So I was driving it
Yeah.
today.
I don't know if you've seen these before. They're called like Halo jumps or whatever, and it basically is like a contained unit that you can use to jump your car. They're super dope. My car died a while back, and my roommate's girlfriend had one on hand, and it just jumped my car. They're kind of expensive, but like super worth it.
What is it? It's like a little.
Yeah, so I think it's called a halo, and it's essentially like usually you get like cables and you hook your car up to another car,
Yeah.
but this is just a unit in itself, and then you hook it up to the car, and then it just jumps the car.
Just cables from a unit. Wow.
Yeah, it's just like
It's like a
completely
little box or
contained.
something.
Yep.
Wow, that's
So you
sick.
just don't need like a second car.
Right? Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel it.
So if you're like stuck in the woods or something,
Just use that.
pretty
Man,
much,
that's
yeah.
cool. I didn't know they come up with crazy shit like that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Watching anything new lately? Any new docs? Anything like that? Are you into
Um,
docs?
a bit, yeah. Nothing recently. Yeah, nothing recently. I've been watching The Sopranos. It's a really good show. I don't know if you've
Piranhas? What's
No,
that about?
the Sopranos.
Oh, Sopranos.
Yeah, it's about like
Okay.
a mob family in like the
Yeah.
early 2000s.
I heard that's a good show. That was a really good show,
Very
right?
good show. It's
Yeah, is it?
considered like one of the best shows in American television. I don't know if I fully agree with that. It's really good, but yeah, no, it's really good. Worth watching.
What would you say is some of like the best TV series that you watched?
Oh, dude, okay. Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, those are like without even thinking about it, they're just on the list. I think The Sopranos is definitely on the list as well. If you look up best TV shows on like Google, on a lot of people's like lists and the probably like first five search results is usually like The Sopranos is number one, and then
Yeah.
Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones are like somewhere in the top 10. What else? I think Ozarks is really good. It's really good. That's on Netflix, and Man, yeah, I don't know. I don't watch like a crazy amount of TV. I'm more of like I watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of like streams and stuff in that realm as well. So,
I feel it. I feel it. I never got into Game of Thrones, man.
dude, if you're into like fantasy stuff, it's
I
really
am. I
good.
like Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings. I watched
Oh,
Lord of the
dude,
Rings.
it's so there's no like elves or dwarves or anything or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
shit like that. I mean, yeah, not really, but there's like dragons and
That's what I
other
heard.
supernatural forces.
One of my friends, she looks um that blonde girl. What's her name? Daenerys? Is that her name? The
Oh,
character?
yeah, Daenerys
I
Targaryen.
know a girl that looks like that. She's one of my friends.
For
She's
sure.
she's like looks like that. I remember I even did like there's this thing called a reface app and I put her face over her and like looked exactly like her.
That's funny.
It was hella funny. But yeah, I have looked at that top 10 or the top best American shows on Google and stuff like that. That's what made me want to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender because that's
Oh,
on
dude,
there.
Avatar's really good.
I love
Really good.
Avatar,
Yeah.
bro. I'm stuck on that right now. Like
Yeah,
I
no.
love Avatar.
Good show.
And
And
I didn't watch it as a kid. Like I remember it being
me
on
either.
TV and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this is so boring. Like I wanted to watch something else.
Yeah, I
But
watched it for the first time like early this year.
yeah, me too. I watched it
Yeah.
since it's on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, I was all about it. You
Yeah,
were
I mean,
a music major. You've done a lot of good shows, especially in high school. You're super good. What would you say is like your main musical uh experience and talent? And is it you're more of a jazz person, right?
yeah, I did jazz pretty heavily for I want to say I was relatively serious about it for probably like 5 to 6 years maybe, and then I played. I don't know. I guess I started when I was in like third grade, fourth grade. So it's like over the course of like 10 years or something, maybe more than that. I don't know. Yeah, I played for a while, yeah, and I was pretty heavy into jazz, and I was trying to be like a professional musician. That was like my goal essentially, or like an educator in the jazz like community.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty difficult. It took a lot of work to get where I was, and like I don't know, a lot of people said I was like pretty good, and I knew I was like all right, but like there's just so many better people, so many better people. So it was I don't know, it was something that I ended up at least like the path that I saw myself like going down to like continue to try to be a professional jazz musician, and like the payoff like ultimately, as much as I love jazz and I love playing music and I like severely miss like playing in bands and things and playing with friends and being in the community, it
Mm-hmm.
uh it was just something that I just ended up not wanting to do. I also hated college. I like legitimately just fucking hated college. So
I feel it. Yeah.
staying in college
Yeah.
was like the primary way people get success from that now, and I just didn't fully, I don't know, wasn't for me in the end, I guess. So I
Yeah.
did 2 years of jazz studies, one at Fresno State, one at Fresno City College, and then I tried a third semester doing anthropology at Fresno City, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna drop out of college. So yeah, that
Yeah.
was the better decision for me ultimately, I think.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people look down on people dropping out in college. Um,
It's
I
overrated.
don't. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I think people should go to college. I don't disagree with it. I think college is good. I think it's a nice tool,
Yeah,
honestly.
it's a
But as far
great
as like
for some people.
exactly, yeah, that's exactly for some people. But you know, sometimes it's like they just don't have what you want to do. Or
Y-
sometimes it's like so forced upon you,
Yeah,
especially in high school. They're like, oh, gotta go to college, gotta go to college, and
yeah, yeah.
you're fed this idea that this is what you need, this is the end goal, and that's that. But really they don't take into account um the students and how they feel, I think. So it's like how they feel about you know their majors. Some kids that don't know what they want to do, some kids their parents are forcing them to pick their majors and stuff like
Hmm.
that. I remember when I was at a high school, I was in my senior year, I wasn't out yet, but I
Hmm.
remember my mom she came into my room one day and I was just chilling, enjoying my senior year, kind of just laying back, and she was like, "Oh, so have you enrolled in the JC yet?" I was like, "Oh, I haven't done it yet." And then she's like, "Oh, well, you better do it because this and that." And she's like, and I don't know, like it didn't like make me mad. Like I wasn't mad at her, but I was like, I don't know, like I don't know what I want to do. So then,
Yeah.
boom, I hopped into college and I hopped into like EMT and fire science training because I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that because that's what I think should be done. But that's not what I felt in my heart that I should be doing, and I just didn't know
Hmm.
what I want. A lot of kids don't know what they want to do, and
Yeah,
it's
I
a
think it's very like ingrained into like society and in like parenting as well as like the school system that like if you ask most middle schoolers, like 99% of them are just going to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go to college." Then if you
yeah,
ask
I
high
agree.
schoolers, it drops down to probably somewhere between like 80 to 90% of them be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go to college." And then the actual like the amount of people that go to college is like probably I don't know. I don't have enough like evidence to say how what percentage of high schoolers, especially in our area, are gonna go to college and end up going to college after high school, but it's significantly less than the amount of people that say they are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and then a
a
bunch drop out.
yeah, it's just a big decision, and it's like
Hmm.
you really have to want to do it. That's what you really have to really want to do it, and some people just
Yeah.
don't want to do it.
Yep.
And I don't think it's the end all. Like I feel like
Oh yeah,
people
no,
shouldn't
not
be
at
like
all.
I feel like people shouldn't be like, oh, if you don't go to college, you're gonna be nothing. Like I feel like that's like a bad stigma that's had nowadays, and I feel
Yeah.
like that needs to be like, nah, not really. You know,
Hmm.
there's been a lot of successful people,
Hmm.
and you have to work hard, but I don't think college is the end all be all.
No, not at all. Yeah, there's definitely like other avenues to go about without necessarily going to college.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
Yeah.
what speaking about jazz, what got you into jazz?
Shoot, how did I get into jazz? Well, at one point when I was in middle school, my teacher asked me to join the jazz band. I was like, okay, I'll join the jazz band. And I didn't know too much about it, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then my friend was like very, very good, like a highly skilled jazz musician. And that kind of motivated me to want to like, okay, I want to be able to do that. And
Hmm.
it makes you when you have friends that are like really good at things, it kind of makes you want to like work harder, I guess, at those things or other things that you're interested in and get really good at those things. And I eventually just like I really really enjoyed it. It's very fun, and I think probably the best part about it ultimately that keeps you just kind of going every day just and really enjoying it is playing in like a group setting. It's like a certain type of like human interaction, I think, that's like indescribable to like improvise with like other really good jazz musicians just like on the fly. It's pretty crazy. It's very very enjoyable. I do miss it, but I mean,
What was your favorite instrument? I know you played the saxophone.
yeah, definitely saxophone. I played a little piano. I was like, I don't know, probably like your average pianist, and wasn't my main thing. Saxophone was definitely like what I really enjoyed, specifically tenor saxophone. This is what I
Hmm.
primarily played by the time I was in college. Although I did play alto for a long time. That's what I started on, and I played
Hmm.
soprano at some points. But definitely saxophone.
Saxophone.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I think I'd be good at the triangle. I think if you start a band, I play a triangle.
yeah, man. Dude, there's some like advanced triangle techniques and stuff. It's worth learning.
Definitely. I agree. Believe it or not, I did band too. I was in band in elementary school.
I think I feel like I remember that just a little. I don't remember what you played though.
I played a clarinet.
Okay, dude, I wanted to start on clarinet. And
Straight Squidward.
see, I wanted to play clarinet. I was like, oh, this is gonna be dope. And then I asked my mom because I was in like elementary school, and then the Golden Valley, the band came. It was at Chenoweth, and they like played, and it was a whole big spiel basically to get us interested to wanting to join our elementary school
Join the
band.
band.
So I
Yeah.
get home and I'm all excited, and I was in the car with my mom, and I was like, so I want to join band, and she's like, oh, what do you want to play? And I was like, I want to play the clarinet. And she literally like it was not an option for her. She said she didn't want to hear it at home because what did she say? I don't know. I think she said it sounded like screeching or something. And I was like, I was a little hurt, but she talked me into saxophone. And I think that was maybe the better choice for me in the end.
Yeah. Your mom is funny. She's probably like one of the funniest aunts ever.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope some of it rubs off, but I mean, I don't
Dude, your
know.
mom doesn't like pumpkin. Do you know that?
I think yeah, pretty sure I've heard that. She'll still
Dude,
buy those like pumpkin soap and crap though.
does she really?
I think
I
so.
swear to God, if she watches this, I'm taking her spooky card. You know she's all into Halloween and stuff like that. She does her house.
Mm.
I love the way she does her house. She's always been into Halloween.
Oh yeah, it's
But
great. It's one of the best
me
holidays.
yeah, me and Jen, we were she shared this thing. It was like a pumpkin French toast. She shared it on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah, like I'm all into that." Like
Dude, that
I
sounds
love
really
pumpkin.
good.
Yeah, I love pumpkin stuff. Like Halloween is like my favorite holiday. It's like my favorite season. So I always love when pumpkin comes back. I'll drink the pumpkin coffees or anything like that. I know a lot of people aren't into it, but I don't know. I just love it because I feel like it's fall, super
Mm-hmm.
fall. And then I saw your aunt comment, and then she was like, "Oh, it's disgusting." And I was like, "What? You're like the fucking spookiest. You're like the spookiest person that does her house up and all everything." And
Yeah.
I was like, "How do you not like pumpkins?" And then she texted back. She was like, "Slicing pumpkins and eating pumpkins are two different things." And I was like, "No, no, I'm taking your card." I was like, "You can be Christmas. That's your new season."
Yeah. No, she's like super into Halloween, and I remember I'd always ask her to make pumpkin seeds, and she never did. I think because A, the work, and B, because I think she doesn't like it.
Yeah, she
I
don't like
I
it.
don't know, man. Pumpkin stuff's pretty good. I'm not too into like. I feel like there's a little like there's an excessive amount of like pumpkin flavored things around this time of year that just
Oh
like
yeah, they do. They do
like
get a little.
even like pumpkin coffee. I don't know if I'd really like. Although I guess to be fair, I like barely am getting into coffee like this year.
Oh, are you?
So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like I feel like yeah, it does get overused a lot. So I feel like there's only a few things that could really work with pumpkin flavor. That's pumpkin muffins, pumpkin coffee,
Bomb.
pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin pie, obviously,
Oh yeah.
and then um I think that's about it. I think that's like the three things that could work with a
Yeah.
muffin, coffee, and pie. But Oreos and donuts and stuff like that, that's when you kind of lose me because it starts if you like they try to take full advantage of it because they want to blow up sales. And
Yeah.
sometimes I don't know if they use like nasty flavoring, but sometimes pumpkin
Yeah.
flavor tastes like candles, and I'm like,
See, I was
oh,
about to
it's
say, I
terrible.
feel like pumpkins generally probably lend themselves well to like a dessert type pairing, like flavor wise. And I think like pumpkins and chocolate sounds like it could be good, but when you put it in an Oreo, they're probably just using like crappy like flavoring, and it's literally just gonna be nasty.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Speaking about music, you're super good on music. I decided we'd do a little something cool. How about we name our top 10 albums? I know I texted you beforehand,
Yeah.
bro. This was super hard for me, super hard for me, and I feel like my list isn't even like a justice of like the music I like. But as far as
Mm-hmm.
albums, I feel like these are my top 10 that I can pick. And so I don't know if you struggled like I did, but I was super struggling with it just because like I said, I feel like I just didn't do it justice of like the more
Yeah.
music I like to listen to.
Yeah. So you texted me ahead of time, and I was like, I've been asked this question before, and it's never been a question I've really wanted to answer. Cause like I listen to okay, I can't I feel like I can't even like box my music tastes into like 10 albums. Like it oh, I don't know. I guess my top 10 albums ended up only being like really like two or three genres really, but like ultimately I don't know.
So we'll go from 10 being the lowest, like, oh, I like the songs on there, but I don't
They're
listen
not
to a lot.
ordered.
And we'll go.
I there's literally no way for me to order these. It's impossible.
There's no way to order it.
No, not at
Okay,
all.
okay.
Dude, I've
Well,
literally like
I ordered mine from the ones I don't listen to the most, the one I listen to every day, and I know
mhm.
all the songs. That's why I listed mine.
Yeah, see, I feel like I had like I don't know. I've probably listened to. I think I would very comfortably say I've like gone through like over 5,000 albums probably over the last like 8 years
Wow,
or something. So
wow,
it's just like I don't know. I've got a playlist with like over 13,000 songs in it. I just listen
hell
to a
yeah.
lot of music, so
Well,
especially
tell
because
us
I
your
was
top
like
10.
it was supposed to be my work. So okay. So first one that came to mind was Kendrick Lamar. Damn, I was gonna put To Pimp a Butterfly and Untitled Unmastered on here, but I cut both of them for space just because damn I think has my most listening to it. I don't know. On Spotify told me I was like in the top 1% of Kendrick Lamar listeners or whatever. So I don't know. I do
Wow,
listen to a lot of Kendrick Lamar.
I love Kendrick, man. He's such an
Oh
artist.
yeah, yeah. So that was my first thought. What do you got?
Okay. What do I got for my 10? For sure. Yeah, we'll switch off. Switch off. So I made a whole list. So my 10. This is how I listed mine is 10 being what I don't listen to it most, but I do like some of the songs on there. And one being I listen to it like every damn day.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 I got Wiz Khalifa Rolling Papers, the first one. Just because it brings back a nostalgic feeling. Like if you listen to some of the tracks on there, he's got Black and Yellow, The Race, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
It just takes me back. It takes me back to middle school and it's just like a thing I liked so much. So I
yeah.
definitely had to put Wiz Khalifa on my top 10.
Yeah, wasn't like listening to Wiz Khalifa at the time, although it's very recognizable. Like I would
Yeah,
recognize a lot of the songs off that.
exactly, right? What do you got for number 9?
Okay, so the next thing I put down was Yes Laud by No Worries. It's Anderson Paak, No Worries, and Knowledge. And it's a really good album. It's a really good album. Honestly, it's probably my favorite. I would pretty much just say it's an Anderson Paak album, even though it's not listed as Anderson Paak. But
Yeah.
it's probably my favorite like work from him, honestly. And these aren't necessarily in any specific order. Even like some of them I put down, I took off, and I put them down again at the end.
Yeah.
Ultimately, these are just albums that are, I think, meaningful to me and like really good and valuable to me. And then a few of them I think are valuable to music as a whole because there's like some like monumental jazz albums and like some landmark jazz albums on there and things, and some of the rap albums as well.
Well, let's turn it up a notch and let's say every time we name an album, let's give a song that they should listeners listen to.
Okay, okay.
So what would be a song that you'd recommend people off that? Just one song. It doesn't have to be a lot.
Suede's probably one of my favorite ones. It's really good. It's really good. It's also on one of Anderson Paak's albums from himself. I don't remember which one. I think it's Malibu maybe, but very good.
So I got for my number 9, I got excuse me. I got Nirvana, Nevermind.
Okay.
Um I love Nirvana. I've always felt like I love the classic rock. I had to put a rock album on here,
Mhm.
and there's nothing more I listen to than Nirvana. I don't know, just like the way it makes you feel and stuff like that. I used to train to it in the wrestling room, but "Smells Like Teen Spirit." That's one of my go-to songs. To listen to "Smells Like Teen Spirit." That's the song I would recommend off of this album. There's so many others that I love to listen to on this album, but it's such an iconic band, such an iconic piece. You know, the album cover is the baby in the pool swimming. Such an iconic picture. So Nirvana, I got number 9. Nevermind.
Yeah, literally everyone knows Smells Like Teen Spirit. Like literally everyone.
Absolutely.
Above a certain age at least. All right, so next I got Tyler the Creator Wolf. It's a really good Tyler
I was
album.
gonna pick
Yeah.
that. I was gonna pick that, but I decided not to.
Yeah,
I'm glad
yeah, yeah.
you
No,
picked it. I'm glad you
I
picked it.
was
I like
like
it.
torn which one to put, but it ended up being Wolf just because there's like a couple of really good songs on there. I think the last track for me, Loner with Bad Bad Not Good, it's a really well put together song. It tells like a good story, worth listening to if you've not. Although everyone's familiar with Tyler the Creator, it's a cliche
Absolutely.
pick.
That's I was so torn on picking Wolf, but man, I love that album so much, but I had to pick
Yeah.
some different ones by him.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to
Um,
get a rock album on mine, but I couldn't find room for it. I listen to some rock, but like I don't listen to it album wise. I listen to it like song wise more so. So
Song wise, yeah,
I like
I would
wasn't
understand.
educated enough on albums specifically, I guess.
So for my number 8, I have Big L, the big picture. Big L is such a iconic rap artist. He's such a gangster. If anyone knows, he's an old school hip hop artist. Big L is amazing. He's really like, you can tell he's about his shit, and just the music he talks about, it's so good. It gets me hyped up. I listen to it in the gym. If I really want to get hyped up, I listen to this album a lot. A song I'd recommend off of this album is "The Enemy," Big L, "The Enemy." That song, when I listen to it and I hear the little, I don't know what it's called, maybe it's chords or something, but it's like dun, 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 dun. It just makes my heart race, and I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to lift weights. So I love that. I love Big L, the big picture.
I'm not too familiar with Big L, but I'll be playing him after this so I can add
Yeah,
him to
check
my
him out.
list of artists I've listened to. All right, so next up I put down D'Angelo Voodoo. I don't know if you guys are familiar with D'Angelo. but he's like absolutely like well, he's an amazing musician and songwriter. Voodoo's a really really good album. I think it came out in like 2000. I think it was like his last album before he went on like a long break after that, and then he put up Black Messiah in like 2014. Voodoo, the song I would recommend off that is Spanish Joint. It's a really 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 good song. DAngelo's he's kind of this like funk R&B type mix that he crosses a lot of genres and like jazz. And what I really like too is he's always pulled like some of the best musicians like in jazz, which are I'm not trying to like toot jazz musicians horn, but generally if you want the best musicians like in general like top tier, you're gonna go to jazz musicians. So he always pulled out some like the best jazz musicians to record his albums, and he like pushed them to their limits as they've said in their own words. And no, it's a great album, great artist ultimately.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. That sounds interesting. I want to check that out for sure. My number 7, I feel like people are gonna hate me because I have this artist so low, but it's a cop out because this album is some of his greatest hits. So it's not just the one album; it's like a mix from different songs. But I
I
had to
almost
have
had
it.
an album like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like it's a cop out almost, but this is why I have it so low on the list. But I have Tupac greatest hits, and I picked Tupac just because there's just so many songs off of all his other albums that I love, and this album kind of just put all the songs in one that I love, from "Do From Love," "Hail Mary," just so many, so many. A lot of people from Merced love Tupac and stuff like that. Um, but I really I just don't love his gangster stuff. I love his slow stuff too, and stuff like that. He's got some really nice. He changes his beats, and he's just a really good artist. So a song I'd recommend off of that, the greatest hits, I'd probably pick "Do for Love." And believe it or not, the music video that he put for that was the first time, or one of the first music videos that ever used stop motion.
Oh wow, that's super
So yeah,
interesting. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
so his music "Do for Love," he used the stop motion like with the clay things and everything, and it was one of the first music videos to use that.
Huh, that's dope. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, man. So next up, I got a Thad Jones Legacy from the Vanguard Jazz Orchestra. I know a lot of people don't listen to jazz, but so this album, well, really this band. So the Vanguard Jazz Orchestra, they started at the Village Vanguard with Thad Jones and Mel Lewis. Mel Lewis passed away and Thad Jones passed away. They were like they started the band together essentially. I'm someone's gonna fact check me on that, but
Hmm.
essentially like so Thad Jones was like the band leader for a long time, and after he passed away, they put out this album in memory of him, playing only his songs. And really, the big thing why I think Vanguard, why really the big reason I put this album on here is the Vanguard Jazz Orchestra is probably like one of the best big bands in my opinion. They play super tight. The soloists are all incredible. Every musician is like incredible in their own right, and you put them all in a room together in a band, and it's just like a great album every time. And specifically, Thad Jones Legacy. Uh, this is album with Groove Merchant. Yeah. I'm not even gonna look that up. Yeah. So Groove Merchant, highly recommend it. It's like a jazz standard. It's a big band classic. Pretty much every like pretty good big band that plays this type of music plays Groove Merchant. It's great.
What track would you recommend people?
Groove Merchant.
Groove Merchant, Groove
Yeah,
Merchant. Okay.
the album's called Thad Jones Legacy.
Bad Jones Legacy. Okay, okay, for sure, for sure. All right, my number 6, I have "Flower Boy" by Tyler the Creator. Um, I love this album. I love the songs on this album, but I don't feel like it's top tier Tyler yet. I feel like he was still having some struggles finding himself personally. He still the production, everything was so good. I love the songs. I love a lot of songs on there, but a song I'd recommend is probably "See You Again." That's probably one of my favorite songs from Flower Boy. I love a lot of those songs. I found myself listening to them when I have them on my track list.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, Flower Boy is almost top tier Tyler the Creator, but not just yet.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's a really good album. I
Yeah,
thought about putting that one on here. I chose Wolf instead, though.
yeah, we're on our top 5 now, so this is where it's kind of getting into some really hard decisions.
Yeah, so this is where I was like deleting and re-adding things over and over
Yep,
again, and
me
then
too, me too.
I cut like a Santana album and like a bunch of other crap. But next up, I got the Internet Ego Death. I don't know if you're too
Oh,
familiar with the internet. They kind of came out of like the like Odd Future Wolfgang Kill Them All group. They're like an extension of that. You got Sid from there,
oh,
and then
okay, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
also got
Actually,
Steve.
I have heard of them.
Yeah, and then Steve Lacy's on there. He's an amazing musician and producer. And then they also got Matt Martians, Patrick Page II, someone else whose name I'm not remembering, the drummer. I think his name's Chris. But Ego Death, very very good album. Actually, I haven't listened to it in a long time. So pulling up a specific, I'm gonna mix up the songs on which album if I don't look this up. Special Affair. That's what I was gonna recommend. That's like a really
Right.
good one. I think that's the song that introduced me to the internet. Was that album, that song and that album. So worth checking out if you have not checked out the internet.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out more than that. I'm really interested now, especially if they were an extension of Odd Future. I think I have heard of
Sort of,
them
yeah,
before.
yeah. They,
Yeah.
they were all friends. So
So my top five, yeah, man, I was deleting stuff. I was moving stuff up, moving
uh,
stuff down. Um, but my number five is Ghetto Boys. We can't be stopped. If you haven't heard of the Ghetto Boys, they're a super, super iconic hip hop band, super oldies. If you can kind of catch the trend, I love the old school hip hops and stuff like that. I don't know what it's about, but just like their songs that I don't know the beats that they made is just different from hip hop nowadays. And I do like hip hop nowadays, but something about the 80s and 90s hip hop, it was just a little bit harder to me. And it was just like the beats were different and stuff like that. And they took samples from oldies bands that I like. Um, and so a song I'd recommend on Ghetto Boys is My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. So I love that song. It's a really good song.
okay, yeah, man. So next up, I got a Cannonball Adderley. Something Else is what the album's called, by Cannonball Adderley. So the first jazz album I had is like at least to me, a very important, very like high quality big band album. This is a small group album, so rather than having like a 19-piece big band, you've got like 4 or 5 or 6 people in a group. You got a drummer, a bassist, there's like a saxophone, a piano, etc. And usually if you talk to any jazz musician, like the album they'll put as like the one of the best, like most landmark small group albums is going to be Kind of Blue. So I couldn't put that. This is like recorded, I think, very close to Kind of Blue with like a bunch of the same people. It's really really excellent if you're into jazz or if you're looking to get into jazz. I think it's good easy listening. The song I recommend personally, oh, actually, Autumn Leaves and Love for Sale. They're two different songs, but they're probably like, I don't know how I can recommend one over the other. No, they're really, really good. And it's like pinnacle good jazz small group playing around like the 50s, 60s era.
Wow, wow, hell yeah! I definitely want to check that out.
Worth checking out if you're interested in jazz.
So this is my number four. Um, Sorry, my nose is itchy. I felt like I was gonna sneeze. Um, Dang. Yeah. So my number four is Stephen Marley, Mind Control. So Stephen Marley is one of the sons of Bob Marley, and I know you guys are probably thinking that I'm crazy. You're like, wait, you're picking Bob, not picking Bob Marley? Um, yeah, I'm not picking Bob Marley. I think his son kind of took the essence of his father and what his father did. Even though his father does some have iconic songs, I think his son took some of his essence and made it his own and made it into a better kind of reggae track. And I just love these tracks. They're so relaxing. If I ever need to need to switch up for music, if I'm not feeling stuff, I like to switch it up and just pick a different genre. And I usually find myself going into like a reggae kind of calm and relaxing type deal. Um, yeah, it's just a really, really good chill album. And like I said, it's one of the sons of Bob Marley. So and one of the songs I recommend is probably "Hey Baby." So that's a really good song.
Okay. There's going to be a lot of people upset that you put his son instead of him.
Oh yeah, I know, I agree. But hey, listen to the album. I'm telling you.
All right, so next up I got down. It's another jazz album, although it's not your like normal jazz. If you're not into jazz, you're probably, oh, I don't know. You might be more likely to like this. It's definitely not normal jazz. It's called acid jazz, which the album's called "Bitches Brew" by Miles Davis. Miles
I think I
Davis is
have heard
like,
of that album.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
a pretty landmark album. That's why I put it down. Everyone knows the name Miles Davis. Well, I mean, maybe not
yeah,
everyone, not
yeah.
now, but he's a big name in music for like a long time.
Mm.
And so Bitches Brew is an acid jazz album. I can't recommend any tracks off of it because really it's an album that you have to listen from the front to the beginning because kind of it's a lot of like free improvisation. There's some like musical motifs that were like written out and planned, but for the most of it's like musical improvisation. It's acid jazz. If you're not familiar with that, it's gonna scare you the first time you hear it, but worth listening to. Maybe people who like rock might like it. I don't know.
Okay, okay, nice. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. I'm gonna check that out. So now we're at our top three. Now stuff's getting really hot for me right here. So my third pick, and this is number three. I picked Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. So Wu-Tang Clan, everybody knows Wu-Tang Clan. They're such a I hate that I keep saying this, but they're iconic. Um, I love the Enter the Wu Tang. They're used in a lot of movies and stuff like that over tracks. They're really just like Seth Rogen uses Wu Tang in a lot of his movies. Jonah Hill used Wu Tang Clan in his movie mid '90s, and I just love the fact that they're so iconic that you could use their music in pieces like movies. And it's like even though they may be like a gangster band and the rap is really hardcore, it's really like meaningful if you really listen to it. It's meaningful music, and I just love it. A track I'd recommend is Tears, and I love it because they sampled a different song. uh I forget what the name of that song is, but it's like something about the rain, but they used a really old '50s band and they sampled it and they used it as the chorus, and it's just the way they put their beat over it and they rap over it is just super amazing. I could listen to that song every day if I wanted to. But Tears by Wu-Tang Clan, I would recommend that song.
Yeah, man, Wu Tang's they got some good music. Yeah.
Right?
All right. So next up, I got Blues and Politics by the Mingus Big Band. So Charles Mingus was he was a bass player and a big band leader way back in the day, and this band. So the album came out like in the last 20 years, and he's been deceased since then. So the band is like an extension of some people who he originally played with, a lot of people he did not play with. His wife also played with him, so she helped run this band and pick out a lot of the people in there. And basically, the band is meant to play his music in memory of him. And Blues and Politics specifically, it's a heavily politicized album. They talked about oh god, I'm gonna not remember the name of that town, but I think Little Rock. So they talked about that. They talked about nuclear bombs, heavily politicized, and good jazz at the same time.
Oh wow.
But
Hell
I
yeah.
put it on there because it was I felt like it was relevant to that. It talked about a lot of like social issues that are were important then and are important today still.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. That's definitely a different taste in music, but hell yeah, I'm super into that. So my number two, you might know this artist because I feel like he's right up your alleyway. Or I don't know. I don't know if it's kind of jazz. I thought it was kind of jazzy. But I picked Al Green, Let's Stay Together, his album. Man, Al Green, just what can you say? It's Al Green.
Yeah, he's good.
So
He's good,
yeah.
man.
So I picked the track Let's Stay Together, obviously, the name of the album. Let's Stay Together. I picked that track. Super amazing. Al Green, fucking legend.
Yeah. I don't know if I would consider it jazz, more like Motown, but like Motown was played by jazz musicians, so like it's one of those things. It's an extension of jazz.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Definitely an extension. What
Yeah.
about you? What do you got for your number two?
All right. So then I hang on. Let me count these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've said 9 of them. So this is number one.
Oh, this is your number
Well,
one? Okay.
yeah. Well, I mean they're not in any order, but
Yeah, they're not in any order.
Daniel Caesar, Freudian. It was a really good album. Really good album. I this is I this isn't the album that got me into Daniel Caesar, but it's definitely one of my favorite Daniel Caesar albums, and it's the one that really like pulled me in all the way to like being a Daniel Caesar fan, I guess. I think that the song that I would recommend probably is New Roses. It's just there's like a part with the talk box, and it's just like so clean. It's so good. It's a great album, great song too.
All right, so this is my number one. I feel like you already know what my number one is, but my number one is Tyler the Creator, Igor. This is my favorite album. I feel like this was the best album of 2019. Um, just this is top tier Tyler in my opinion. This is his best work. This is his best production. Um, the way he tells his stories through the songs, it's a it's amazing. And like you said, I know you mentioned this before. I can't recommend a song off this album because it's something you have to listen to front to like beginning to end. You have to put it on. And you have to listen. He even put on the I think it was on the CD. I have a vinyl, but he puts a disclaimer on it. I think the CD where he tells you, "Hey, you should listen to this from beginning to end and make up your own opinion." And that's how I listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and wow, what an amazing piece of work! What an album! I find myself listening to a track every single day off of Igor, and yeah, I think it's just some of his best work. Tyler is like this Pokemon that evolves. Um, you could see from he started as a rap, this rap. He was banned from London. He was this hard rap artist that showed really gritty images like hanging himself, eating cockroaches and stuff like that. He started off as just like this rapper, and later on he grew into. Uh, you could tell from his albums he wanted to change his music, and he kind of changed and changed and changed. And this is just like his this is what we've been looking for him as an artist, and this is what people like, and this is what people love from him. And so, yeah, this is my favorite album of all time.
Yeah, no, it's a really good album. The first time I heard it, well, I mean, I always do this when I first listen to an album. I always do the front to back listen through probably like a few times before I put it on shuffle, and it's less relevant on some albums, but it definitely holds up that you should listen to that front to back. See, what's funny is I've got a lot of friends who also like Tyler the Creator, and I'm like more. I don't know. I don't want to be like I'm more of a fan than them, but I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
more of a Tyler the Creator fan than a lot of these people, and a lot of them did not like this album at all.
See, yeah, they don't know. They don't know the backstory then about Tyler.
Yeah,
That's the thing. The people told me that they don't like Igor either. I'm just like, well, you have to understand. Like that's why I said he started from the bottom and like the way he grew. And if you listen to some of
yeah,
his
it's
interviews,
been an
if you listen to
evolution.
exactly, so you gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. And like I said, this is his top tier. This is the most personal he's ever gotten that album, the most amazing production he's had. I love the features on here. He's got features from Kanye, ASAP Rocky, Little Uzi Vert, um, just so many great people. It's amazing. So
Yes.
many amazing samples too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's one of those things that makes me. It keeps me on the edge of my seat to wait for the next album. You know, see what he's gonna do next.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared because I feel like I don't know. I'm like, can he do better? But I'm excited to see what he does next.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And then I don't know if like some of the people listening are familiar with this, but the live performances for this album, the production is like pretty nice. It's really nice. It's kind
Amazing.
of insane. It's definitely like the most he's put into any live performances. So worth checking out those as well.
I was so sad because I was supposed to go see him live as soon as he released this, but I didn't save my money properly to get the tickets. I was so disappointed in myself because he was going to Fresno in Cylinder Arena,
Yeah,
and
I almost went to that too.
dude, I was so pissed at myself. I just didn't save the money the right time. I didn't. I think I mistimed my checks and I couldn't get to go, and I was like so mad. And I had the seats picked out that I wanted to get and everything, and I was like, all right, this much, all right, and I just it fell on an off week that I got paid, and I didn't get to make it. I was super bummed out, but
Damn,
I'm
yeah.
gonna see Tyler live one of these times. I don't care if I have to fucking kill someone. I'll go see him live.
Yeah, no, my coworker went to that too. Yeah, no, it's good concerts.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, you want to switch off to some current events?
Yeah, of course. So for current events this week, we've got a couple things going on. First off, a gender reveal sparks a wildfire in California that's grown to 7,000 acres, and it started from a smoke pyrotechnic device at a gender reveal party. How does it make you feel?
That makes me feel very disappointed in the parents, because it makes me feel disappointed in people in general because whatever happened to just putting powder or confetti in a balloon and just popping it? Why do we have to have explosions, or why does it have to be um, crazy shit like that? Like, why do we have to one up each other? Like, it should just be a balloon and stuff like that, or it should be like open a box and balloons come out. Or I don't know if you ever I don't know if you've ever seen this video, but I feel like this is something I would pull. But it's a girl and a guy, and for their gender reveal, he takes his girl to a pizza place, and it's they open up a pizza and it's just olives, and it says it's a boy, but it's just olives on a cheese pizza.
That's funny.
I feel
That's
like that's
funny.
something I would do. But yeah, it's just one upping people. Like, why do we have to do that? How do you feel about it?
Here, okay. My main problem with it is if you live in California, every year it's literally the same thing. Like literally every year around August, there's always like huge fires, and everything's all dry and like super easy to like not allowed to like go shooting and stuff because you don't want to start a fire. So then you do this is like literally just it's just stupid. It's really stupid, especially if you're like a California native. Like this is just like you should know better, basically.
Have you seen those pictures, man? It's really trippy. And I don't know if you believe in I don't know how religious you are. If you're not, that's totally fine. But as far as like religion and stuff goes, with the way 2020 is going and shit like that, I find myself thinking that it looks like hell on earth sometimes. Have you seen that picture of the town where it's like all red?
Yeah, yeah.
Looks crazy.
Yeah, it does look pretty crazy. Oregon's like, there's a bunch of places right now that people are posting pictures online, and the sky's like red. Literally everything's red, actually.
Red, like blood red,
Yeah,
and it's like holy shit. It's like hell on earth shit.
yeah, yeah. Also, related to gender reveals, you're talking about people one-upping each other. So I saw this recently. Do you know what the Burj Khalifa is?
No, what's that?
It's, I don't know if it's the tallest building in the world. I think it might have been at one point. Oh no, it is and it has been since 2009. It's in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Someone they paid I think $95,000 to do their gender reveal on the lights on the building. The entire
Jesus
building
Christ.
got lit up like blue and it said it's a boy. And it's pretty crazy. So it's all right. I think it's all right in my opinion to like want to have a, a big all out like gender reveal, but like, not with starting a wildfire.
Jesus Christ. How much did they spend on this?
Like $100,000.
Wow.
I think that's U.S.
For a gen-
dollars.
for a gender reveal. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, no, it's pretty
100,000.
insane. Yeah,
And you can just find out with the picture, right? And it's free at
yeah.
the doctor.
No, they're not about that. They got the tallest building in the world.
Wasn't enough, right?
Yeah.
I feel like. All right,
All
what's the
right. So
next one?
next up, we got so Jelly Belly's doing this thing right now where they're hiding a gold ticket, and they're pulling. It is like a whole like Willy Wonka stunt, pretty much, where they're giving away a factory with this hidden golden ticket.
Wow, that is straight Willy. That's straight out of Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty cliche now. Pretty cliche.
I don't know why you want to take a candy business right here at the moment, because I feel like uh you'd be struggling, right? Businesses are struggling. Do you think a business like Jelly Belly is struggling at the moment just due to
Do I
COVID?
think, honestly, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of like who the primary people buying Jelly Bellies is, and are they affected by staying at home all day to buy less Jelly Belly? I think my answer is no. They're probably doing pretty good. Probably doing
Still
about
really
normal.
okay. Okay.
And then Halloween's coming up. It's probably not going to be as big of a year for them, but I mean, I don't think the candy business is hurting too much from this. People still eating candy for sure.
What would you do for what would you do with a candy factory? What would you do? Like, what do you do?
Make money, I guess.
He said make money, I guess. Eat all the Jelly Bellies you want.
Yeah,
If I owned a Jelly Belly factory, I would make my own jelly beans.
that's fair. That'd be pretty interesting.
I would make, what
What
would I make?
flavors?
Pizza flavor.
Dude, that sounds gross. Nope.
He said that
Nope.
sounds gross.
Nope.
I'd make a pizza flavor, and I'd make something weird. I don't know.
Pizza is
Some
weird.
Yeah, I know that. I'd make another weird flavor though. Maybe like mango habanero
But see, that's not that bad. That's like a chill thing.
for Jelly Belly.
Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking like you like Mexican candies like spicy and you got like the chamoy and
Oh yeah.
everything and mangoes like. So I don't think it's that far out for me. Kind of
Okay.
Mexican.
Okay.
But
Mm.
pizza's like pizza and candy. I just can't. I can't vibe with that. No.
No, I would make it.
Or do you
I
like
make it.
pineapple on your pizza too?
No, hell no.
Okay. I feel
Hell
like
no.
you gotta. I don't know. I feel like that's pushing in that territory that it just shouldn't really happen.
Yeah, I'm totally against pineapple pizza. I remember I
All
was talking
right.
to this. I remember I was talking to this girl one time, and she liked pineapple on pizza, so I had to say that I like pineapple on pizza because I was just trying to like, I was trying to like, I was trying to like, well, how can I say? I was trying to like get her to like me. I know that's like weird, but like,
So you lied about liking pineapple on pizza.
not only did I lie, I took it a step further. I ate it, and I was like, good
Dude,
flavor. Oh, it was
that's
disgusting.
commitment, man. No, I don't think I could do that. I'd be like, no, it fucking sucks. Well, okay, honestly, in theory, I feel like it sounds like it could be pretty good because like the tomato sauce is a little sweet and the pineapple's a little sweet, but like, I don't know, it's kind of odd for me. I just can't vibe with it.
Yeah, it's too much for me too.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we got I'm not too familiar with this one. Venom from bees. There's an article that came out that said venom from bees has the potential to destroy cancer cells. What do you have to share about that today?
I did see that. I feel like it's different for sure. I feel like what if something that can potentially kill you because it takes 100 bee stings to kill a person, something that can potentially kill you is the cure for a disease. Um, damn, I don't know, man. That's cancer definitely needs a cure. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
we have lost some family members that to cancer, so that
Hmm.
does suck. So hey man, I'm open to it, but yeah, I don't know. How do you feel?
See, okay, my initial thoughts on this are so well, I mean, in every like field of science, all year, every year, there's always articles that come up of like some random study and it's just kind of clickbaity shit in my opinion, and it's
Mm.
probably not going to be like very like the efficacy of it's going to be pretty low probably, and the science behind it's probably there, but it's just probably not one of those functional things that's actually going to like really get any like there's not going to be probably any progress from it further, and it's probably just one of those dead like studies that just happened, and someone turned it into a clickbaity article that got popular. I think that's pretty much my thoughts about it. Is it's probably not even going to be anything that's like relevant to the field of
Anything
fighting
relevant?
cancer.
I can see that too. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
All
Yeah, what's the
right,
next
so
one?
next up we got so Action Bronson. If you're not familiar with him, he's a great rapper. I thought about putting his album White Bronco on my album list. I did not,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But he revealed a new ice cream flavor from Only for Dolphins called Charred Guava Marshmallow Tres Leches. It's a
Oh
mouthful.
wow,
Yeah.
that dude is a legit chef. He makes so many great things. I love the show. Fuck, that's delicious.
Oh yeah,
Um,
dude, that's a great show. I watched a bunch of episodes from there. My roommate has seen like all of it.
yeah, I love that show. He's an amazing guy, and the facts that he makes his own ice cream and stuff like that. I bet it's so good.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I would love to buy that. I don't know how the flavor profiles would mix like a guava and marshmallows. And tres leches is kind of like I don't know if you ever had tres leches cake. Have you?
I see. I'm not a big like dairy person, so tres leches is not for me. I feel like it'd probably taste good with marshmallow though, and charred guava sounds good, and honestly it's probably pretty good ice cream. It seems like it'd work
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
well. You know,
If he
Action
has
Bronson's
cake,
great.
yeah, if he has cake chunks in there like tres leches cakes, it probably has like a because tres leches is the cake. I think cinnamon. It has cinnamon in there with some condensed milk, and it like soaks it up like a sponge. So if he has
Yeah.
like cinnamon cake chunks in his ice cream, like kind of like a Ben and Jerry's type deal, I bet that's so good.
Oh yeah, no. Honestly, it's probably really good. Action Bronson, he's great. He's super into food. him and his friends are the type of people to go to a restaurant and order like the entire menu because they want to try everything, and then they'll just like eat most of it.
I like to think that I'm kind of like that person too, man. But yeah, I love trying new things. I love trying new things at restaurants and stuff like that because um, I don't know, like whenever I go to a new sushi restaurant, like I'm really into like trying different rolls and stuff like that. Like trying different. I don't know if you're a big sushi person, but
Not too big on sushi myself.
not too
Yeah,
big. Yeah, I love
I've
trying new
tried it.
rolls. But,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
no, I feel that, man. I used to go out like, well, honestly, okay, when I was working like 6 days a week at a restaurant, I would go out probably like 3 times a week with my coworkers out to like different restaurants. We were trying a bunch of different restaurants. I was always trying different things at all the same places, and it was like honestly, it's fun to just go out and like try a bunch of different food at restaurants.
hell yeah, some of the best shit you can do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah,
It makes you feel good.
yeah, yeah. Right.
Yeah, everybody loves food.
Alrighty, so unlikely advice today. We have a very crazy unlikely advice. Um, man, I'm really excited to tell you this unlikely advice. This email that I got, super crazy. Hopefully we can give this guy some good advice. But are you ready to hear this?
Yep.
Alrighty. So this is from this guy named Drake. Drake. I hope it's not the Drake. But it says, "Hey Space Dog, I love your guys' podcast. I have a very very big problem. I had sex with my girlfriend.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, right. It's not a problem at all. I had sex with my girlfriend and got her pregnant. But after I had sex with her, I cheated on her, and I had sex with another girlfriend, and I also got her pregnant. But the problem is they are having the baby at the same time. I don't know what to do. They don't know about each other. What should I do?" Wow. So this dude is saying that he had sex with his girlfriend, and he had sex with her. Then boom, right after he had sex with her, he must have been seeing her like the next day or the next week. Because if they're pregnant at the same time, it takes 9 months to boom. They're about to have a baby. Wow, this dude
So
was doing some work.
did he the way he phrased the email? Did he consider the other girl a girlfriend as well?
No, 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 not at
Okay.
all.
Huh. Yeah. No, I don't have much experience in getting multiple girls pregnant. So, do you have any experience with this?
I got no baby mom as a baby daddy. Or I'm not a baby daddy.
Yeah, I'm not here to give any moral judgment, but you definitely done fucked up, bro. That's a
Man,
problem.
my thing is that yeah, man. Would you tell? All right, let's say put yourself in the situation. I know it's hard to, but put yourself in the situation. You had a girlfriend, you had sex with her, and then boom, you cheated with her with your side chick, and then boom, they're both pregnant. They don't know about each other. How would you go about telling it?
I mean, I don't even know, man. It's definitely. I think that's one of those things you kind of just gotta lay it out there and just be honest and expect backlash, and it's not gonna go well for him. Probably.
Man, I would have so much anxiety if I was you, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like my anxiety would be through the roof. Yeah, man. I think I would. Yeah, I think that's something you just gotta lay out, like you said, man. Just lay it out and tell your girl, man. Um,
Yeah.
Jesus, that's gonna burn a hole in your pocket for sure, bro. You're gonna owe so much child support. Um,
Yeah. And they're both gonna be pissed.
oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt,
Yeah. I'm
man. Yeah.
surprised he kept that up for that long.
Hey, man,
That's
guys,
impressive.
there's this thing called condoms.
Oh yeah, I
I
was
don't
gonna
know.
suggest that. Just like contraceptives, like worthwhile.
There's this things called condoms you can use. Ladies, there's also this thing called IUD, birth control. Hey, if we're not trying to get pregnant, take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. Pull-out
Yeah.
method does not work.
Yeah, let's say like a box of condoms is like $10 or something, right? But a kid's like $20,000 over the course of like 18 years. Actually no, it's probably significantly more than $20,000.
We'll double that now because he's got two kids.
Oh yeah. So then let's say a kid's like $50,000 over the course of 20 years, which honestly that might even be a little low. It's probably somewhere close, and then that's like $100,000 because he's got two of them at the same time.
Wow. At the same time, yeah, both,
Yeah.
both, both. Um, yeah. Wow, super crazy, man. Well, Drake, I hope this works out for you, man. I hope you guys figure it out. I hope your girl can forgive you, and I hope your side chick or whatever entanglement you're in works out. Um, yeah, man. I'll just say lay it out, man. Just be truthful. Got to be
Yep.
truthful.
Got a lot of damage control.
Yeah, I feel it. Well, man, thank you so much for coming on today, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for
joining the
having
Space
me.
Dog. Thank you for joining the Space Dog team, man. I'm so glad to have you
Absolutely.
part of. I'm so glad to have you part of this, man. This is gonna be so cool. I can't wait to see what edits you have for me and stuff we can do and stuff we can come up. Um, we are gonna do some things. We're turning this whole room. I know you guys just see a backdrop at the moment. This whole room that I'm in, this is gonna be full studio, camera, lights, all kinds of stuff. And I'm working on that soon. So hopefully we'll get you in here and we'll be able to do it in studio together. And so yeah, I'm really excited that you're part of the team now. Listeners, I hope that you guys are excited that he's part of the team. He's going to be looking up news articles for us, videos, um, all kinds of stuff. You know, he's just going to bring our podcast to the next level, and we're going to work hard, and we're excited to see what we have in store.
Yeah,
So
for sure,
thank you so
man.
much for coming on.
Yeah.
We do have a guest next week, so I hope you're ready for that. I'll let you know ahead of when I text you after this. And then, yeah, man, thank you so much for just being on, and I can't wait to see what we have in store, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And then listeners, leave a comment if you're interested in live streams. I'm going to talk about this, the possibility of it. So
Okay.
it's an interesting endeavor we might consider.
Awesome. Well, alrighty, my man. Alrighty, Space Dog fam. We're out of here.
Peace.